close your eyes for a moment, imagine two women walking into the same room. Both are beautifully dressed. Both are intelligent. Both appear successful. But only one of them is quietly building a life of freedom, while the other is trapped in an endless cycle of earning and spending. From the outside, they look exactly the same. Yet one simple difference separates them. It isn't their salary, it isn't their education, and it certainly isn't luck. It's the way they think. The wealthiest women in the world don't simply have more money. They have a completely different relationship with money, with time, and with success itself. Because before wealth ever appears in a bank account, it first appears in the mind. Today, we are going to explore the psychology behind how wealthy women think and why adopting these principles could completely transform your future. Welcome to the Lumesa, where psychology meets elegance, confidence, and intentional living. If you're ready to think differently, live intentionally, and become the highest version of yourself, then let's begin. Wealth begins long before money. Many people spend years chasing money. Very few spend time becoming the kind of person who knows what to do with it. And that's where the biggest difference begins. Most people believe, I'll change once I become wealthy. But wealthy women think differently. They believe, I'll become wealthy because I choose to change today. Think about planting a tree. No one expects fruit the day the seed touches the soil. Yet people expect wealth to appear after a few months of hard work. Real wealth doesn't grow overnight. It grows quietly, beneath the surface, long before anyone notices it. Every book you read, every skill you develop, every healthy habit you build, every wise financial decision you make is another root growing beneath the ground. The world may not see it today, but one day, those invisible roots become impossible to ignore. Wealth is never created by one decision. It's created by thousands of invisible decisions repeated consistently. Wealthy women think about time differently. Here's a question. If someone offered you $1 million but told you that tomorrow would never come, would you accept it? Of course not. Because deep down, you already know something incredibly valuable. Time is worth more than money. Money can be earned again. Time cannot. Yet most people spend hours scrolling through social media, watching content they'll forget tomorrow, arguing with strangers online, or saying yes to commitments they never wanted in the first place. Then they wonder why life never changes. Wealthy women protect their calendars the way others protect their bank accounts. They understand that every hour has value. Instead of asking, how much does this cost? They ask, is this worth my time? That single question changes everything. Imagine saying no to distractions, no to unnecessary drama, no to people who constantly drain your energy. Suddenly, you have time to learn, to create, to build, to grow. And over time, those hours quietly compound into opportunities. Because success isn't built only by what you choose to do. It's also built by what you choose to stop doing. Rich is temporary, wealth is permanent. People often confuse being rich with being wealthy. But they are not the same thing. Someone can earn a very high salary, drive an expensive car, wear luxury brands, and still be one paycheck away from financial stress. That is being rich. Being wealthy is different. Wealth means having choices. the choice to leave a job that no longer aligns with your values, the choice to spend time with family without worrying about every hour of lost income, the choice to travel, to learn, to rest without constantly fearing the next bill. A wealthy woman doesn't buy things to prove she's successful. She builds systems that quietly create freedom. She invests instead of impressing. She saves instead of showing off. She thinks years ahead while most people think only about the weekend. And perhaps that's the greatest lesson of all. Luxury isn't always expensive handbags. Luxury is waking up without constant financial anxiety. Luxury is owning your schedule. Luxury is peace of mind. True wealth is invisible until one day its results become impossible to ignore. But perhaps the biggest investment wealthy women ever make has nothing to do with stocks, real estate, or business. It has everything to do with themselves. And that's exactly what we'll explore next. The greatest investment a wealthy woman ever makes isn't in stocks, real estate, or even a business. It's in herself because she understands one simple truth. The value you create determines the value you receive. She doesn't see learning as an expense, she sees it as an investment. Every book, every new skill, every difficult conversation, every lesson becomes another asset that no market can take away. While others ask, how much does it cost? She asks, who could I become because of it? That question changes everything. But knowledge alone is never enough. Because one habit quietly destroys more wealth than almost anything else. Emotional spending. Buying to impress, buying because you're bored, buying because you're stressed, or buying simply to fill a temporary emotional void. Wealthy women pause before making financial decisions. Instead of asking, do I want this? They ask, will my future self thank me for this? Sometimes the smartest financial decision is choosing not to spend at all. Then comes discipline. Most people wait until they feel motivated. Wealthy women don't. They create routines that work even when motivation disappears. Because motivation is temporary, discipline is dependable. Small actions, repeated consistently, become extraordinary results. Saving regularly, learning continuously, keeping promises made to yourself. Those habits quietly build confidence long before they build wealth. And over time, something remarkable happens. She stops chasing the appearance of success and starts building a life that feels successful. While others compete for attention, she invests in freedom. Freedom to choose, freedom to rest, freedom to say no, freedom to live life on her own terms. That's the kind of wealth money alone can never buy. Perhaps that's the greatest lesson of all. A wealthy woman doesn't ask, how can I look successful? She asks, how can I build a life I'll never want to escape from? That single question changes every decision she makes. Because real wealth isn't measured by luxury, it's measured by peace, by purpose, by the freedom to wake up each day knowing your life reflects your values. If there's one idea I'd like you to remember today, it's this. Wealth begins long before money. It begins with your mindset, with the choices you make when no one is watching, with the habits you repeat day after day, and with the courage to invest in the person you're becoming. One intentional decision can change a day. A collection of intentional decisions can change a lifetime. If this video gave you a new perspective, subscribe to the Lumesa for more insights on psychology, confidence, timeless elegance, and intentional living. Until next time, become timeless, become Lumesa.